Hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation of the ECL Elite Division right here on Sports Gamer. My name is Tukey, joined as always by my broadcast partner, Mr. Sin, for the win. We are here today wrapping up our coverage of Week 3 of our winter season here. Sin, it's been an interesting week already, and with the two matchups we have today, got a feeling that, we're going to continue down this path that has already been set for us this week.
Yeah, I mean, we've been mentioning just how close the race is kind of for everything here as we have Örebro and Conquer coming up. After that will be Northern Ascendancy and YMCA. But this Örebro Conquer matchup especially, Conquer is in that like section of the standings towards the bottom there at the 3-10-3 record. Only 9 points on the season. Örebro kind of on that bubble. So very important teams important games for both of these teams right here as Conquer's, kind of looking to dig themselves out of that hole that they find themselves in. Örebro, obviously, just a couple points out of that playoff position. It could be tight. Like we've been calling it all season. We have no clue really who's going to end up on that left half of the bracket from about, 5 all the way down. It's really quite the race there. Anyone could really end up.
Absolutely. Now, typically, of course, with a lot of these featured matchups, we end up seeing a lot of the teams on that left-hand side of the bracket. Of course, our playoff standings, where every single one of these teams want to be by the end of the year. But equally as important is that right-hand side. As we so often point out, the team that finishes in 16th after 30 games played will be automatically relegated to our Pro Division. 13, 14, and 15 will also have to fight for their survival to at least get an opportunity against some of the best from the Pro Division looking to make their way up. So these are very, very important points up for grabs, especially here in our first matchup against Örebro Hockey and Conquer Gaming, who you see there. The numbers not really on their side. Sure, Gordon on a better points pace through this point of the season. And for Örebro at this point, a good performance could boost them back in towards playoff contention. They're right there on the bubble. So very important points for both of these teams here tonight. Let's get you a look at the lineups and how these teams will look on the ice as Conquer Gaming running with their typical six of the Medius, Captain Vire, and Kihan up top. Yukis and Yalkin on defense, and Monkey Head between the pipes. For Örebro, it is Yakari, Jansku, and EA Abunka in the lineup. Captain Terity with Migo Buna on defense, and Eli Kamel in goal. And Sin, as we always do, we'll throw it to some of these individual breakdowns, and we'll start off with the perhaps most intriguing one of the matchup. It is the two centers that we have here in today's matchup.
Yeah, and surprisingly, in some cases, as it may be, some leading scores. Vire leading his team in goals with the 7 right there. And on that flip side, Jansku is actually leading his team in points with 24. So it's not too often you see the centers leading in any major categories such as that. So you can see how much offense both of these teams kind of gain from the middle of the ice right there. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on, both Vire and Jansku. And the face-off battle really is it's pretty close. Neither neither player has been tremendous this season so far. So this matchup a chance to really kind of improve themselves, but not just that, win those key draws in those key locations and be able to give their team an advantage.
We'll look at the winger duel here next, as it is again for Örebro, Yakari, and making his season debut, EA Abunka in the lineup, going up against the Medius and Kihan. And Sin, when it comes to Bunka, again, a player that we have seen on numerous occasions, comes over, actually returning from the organization, played with the previous incarnation of Sawo Esports last year. So this is an experienced player at this division, and again, back with some of the players that he has experience with. So very much intrigued to see what he'll look like here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's always kind of tough to debut mid-season, but this, as you mentioned, is a player who's played in the ECL kind of all over the place. Has the elite experience, has played in those lower divisions, and jumping in here with an Örebro team kind of on the brink. They're at that 500 record. And today they have a matchup where they could and should absolutely come away with at least 2 points against this Conquer Gaming team who has been struggling. And from the stats there, you could sort of see why. Yakari, of course, 21 points, 15 games played, but both the Mattias and Kihan are sub point per game. And when you're here in the ECL Elite with your forward end, especially, you want them to be at least that point per game.
Absolutely. And of course, our defensive battle here is next. Again, Terity and Migo Buna on defense for Örebro Conquer Gaming with Yukis and Yalkin. What stands out for you when we look at these four?
Um, it's what stands out. There's not really any kind of runaway point production guy besides perhaps Terity. I'd say he's the best out of them, and compared to the rest of the ECL elite, it's not a huge number, but something that I kind of glossed over, but because I just expected at this point, it's Migo Buna laying the body, and there he is with the 51 hits. Kind of just expect that from Migo Buna, and that's just something that he brings to his game, and playing on that backside now, especially. He's able to lay the body quite a bit. So look to him maybe forcing some turnovers with some big collisions in the neutral zone.
And then, of course, the goaltenders, the men between the pipes. It is Monkeyhead against Eli Kamel. Sin, I mean, for both of these guys, you got to figure on teams outside of the playoffs. Not too bad of numbers, all things considered, aside from maybe them wanting the records to be a little bit better.
Yeah, that's, definitely a good point right there. I'd say Eli Kamel, the way we've seen him play, sometimes he's looked absolutely fantastic, and his numbers kind of show with those 3 shutouts as well, maybe a bit of inconsistencies throughout this ECL season so far. He's just below kind of the average save percentage, and with those 3 shutouts, kind of expect maybe his numbers would be a bit better, but that's kind of been Örebro's season so far. They're kind of still sort of trying to find their footing in some ways, and a lot of that's going to come down to how they kind of find themselves in this matchup here against a Conquer Gaming team, against a team lower in the standings. These are games that on paper Örebro should win. So we'll see how they do against this team.
Absolutely. So again, we are just a few moments away from puck drop, at least we hope, heading into, again, our first matchup of the day, as it is, of course, here in the Elite Division, a home-and-home series, the regular season matchup. Again, every team plays the other twice, and of course, that happens in the same match day. A little bit later on, as well as Sid mentioned, YMCA Esports taking on Northern Ascendancy in nearly an identical matchup here, Sid, if you think about it. This matchup here is 10 v 15. Our matchup later is 11 v 14. So these teams, these four, are in a very similar situation in what they're looking to accomplish. But at the end of the day, the goal is the same: win. Get these valuable points at this stage of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. There's really, there's always something to play for. You don't want to be in those relegation positions, and then if you're a bit higher in the standings, you want to get to those playoffs. So losing it is, any of these games really it would be a failure for both of these teams, and obviously that's the way it should be in any sort of competitive setting here. So really a lot on the line. I mean, as much on the line as people in those playoff positions, jockeying for the seeding, for the tail end of the season here. So I'm really excited here. It's good to see. Can Conquer kind of show us, more than they've been, shown this season, kind of send a message at least, and to be able to keep themselves in this division, or at least send a message that if they fight and keep themselves in this division and out of that guaranteed relegation position, that they're going to come back in the next season and have a bit more to show and perhaps get off to a better start as well.
Absolutely. And to get you guys a look at what's been happening around the league and some of the things that we've had going on. Of course, yesterday's broadcast was quite the interesting one. I would have to say. Of course, we saw the rematch that you see second from the top. The rematch from last year's championship, as for Lunda was able to pull off the double over H-Reds in a very entertaining series. And again, one that we will likely see again in the playoffs.
Absolutely. That was just... I mean, wow, some of the hockey that was played there, it was incredible, like that, especially that OT game, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and even the 1-0 game, just so many chances, and that's just kind of what we expected from those two teams. It'd give us a bit of everything, a higher scoring matchup, then a tight defensive contest, and really never a dull moment. That was absolutely the highlight there of that broadcast.
Absolutely. And Sin, so far for this particular matchup, I mean, off of yesterday, Örebro dropping 2 games to ZSC Esports. Those two clubs right in that same spot of wanting to push for the playoffs. You do have Conquer Gaming coming off of a 4-2 victory, though, over HV71. So perhaps a little bit of momentum on their side. But we do understand that the chat prediction is quite one-sided for Örebro. And I mean, hey, they've earned the distinction to be the favorites in this series, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, both these teams coming off of matchups, and you mentioned it, Conquer with that 4-2 win, and they lost the other one in OT. So that's 3 of the last 4 points that they've gathered for Örebro. They still picked up 2 points, even though they lost both games. So both of these teams right now on a stretch where they're playing seemingly pretty good hockey, or at least have had good results here. So we're going to be both a lot of motivation to continue that in this matchup, especially for both of these teams.
We'll actually throw it back over to the standings here as well. We do apologize for a slight delay in terms of getting the action started. As you look at the standings, though, we pointed out Conquer, and again, over the halfway mark of the season now, Sin, and I was just taking a look at their schedule. They play Örebro. Okay, it's a non-playoff team right now. You got a decent chance of getting points. On Monday, they have their set against Djurgården. That is crucial, to say the least, for both teams. And then for Conquer, good luck. Like, this is it. Like, this is their stretch, because after this upcoming Monday, they play Havu, Frölunda, Goons, Färjestad, and finish the season against Roots Gaming. I worry for them at this point in terms of being able to avoid that 16th position. They need to get as many points as possible, preferably all 4 against Örebro, and at the beginning of next week against Djurgården.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that matchup against Djurgården especially is crucial. But yeah, this next stretch right here, it means a whole heck of a lot. You could argue that this is their playoffs right now. This stretch right here to dig themselves out of that basement and at least away from the risk of being in that guaranteed relegation position, because one does get sent down every single season. So at least they'll give themselves a chance to be able to battle for their spot here in the Elite Division if they do have a next good stretch, because that streak of playing mostly solidified playoff teams, that's no easy task.
Those wondering too, Örebro also have a tough schedule coming up. In fairness, they play Havu Monday, Goons next week, Sawo, then YMCA, Djurgården, and Granite. So, Sin, it's one of those things we say about the Elite Division. There aren't too many easy matchups, if any, in the Elite Division, and certainly these two teams understanding that as we head down the stretch. And as you all get a look at the prize pool, of course, that is at stake. Of course, we have our 2-season format now, our winter and spring season. The winners of each of those seasons head into our grand final. Sin, we are ready to go. The action just about underway. It is Örebro taking on Conquer Gaming. Conquer, of course, in the home black and red. And I'm very much intrigued to see how this matchup goes. As we just talked about, very, very valuable points up for grabs here.
Yeah, and really it's going to come down to, I think, at least early on, who's going to be able to set the tone. One kind of, big sort of counterattack rush going the other way, an extended zone possession. These kind of little things go a long way to sort of, play to your confidence and kind of at least get into the heads of the opponents maybe a little bit, kind of get that mental edge as well. So we'll see which team is able to sort of do that here. We have an offside, neither team able to really gain the line in the first couple minutes here, but it's going to come down to a lot of different little things and details to really come up with the wins here.
We'll take a look at the face-off battle here as well. Örebro walking into this contest with a slight edge in favor of Jansku, but doesn't always tell how the individual game is going to go. Into the attacking zone here comes Örebro. Yakari back to the point. Shot from Terity into the traffic. Doesn't find a way through. Chance for EA. Bunka again trying to wheel that one in front. Loose puck and a great chance on the doorstep for Yakari. Just ran out of space. Good first look for Örebro and a bit of a lucky break there for Conquer Gaming.
I would say so. That puck skittered just wide of that far side post right there, and that was coming directly after Jansku jumped off a draw.
Ooh, interesting move there for Yakari. Nearly paid off again. Bit of a shaky start for Conquer Gaming in their own zone. Good feed up to Medias. Let's see what he can do down in the corner. Able to work it to the point. Yukis tried to get that one in front. Picked off by Jansku. Head of steam for the team's leading scorer, and a trip is called. But will they need the power play? Migo Buna pinches in. Puck is still live and dish back to the point for Bunka. Slap shot on. Good stop by Monkey Head, but the power play will go to work for Örebro. and 30% on the season compared to a 78% penalty kill for Conquer. Decent chance we can see a goal here.
Absolutely, and it'll start on this face-off right here as well. You know, they weren't able to. They were looking to reflection on that kind of play right there. So look for them. Did I just see Janske jump again off the draw?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's twice in this game. I was just talking about details there. That's a little something that, you know, as we talk about, it's so hard to gain that line after you lose it right there. Those are little details that really can't happen.
Interesting moment here with Vira stuck behind his own goal line. Yakari will take that one away. Again, finds Bunka. Tried to shot from the odd angle. Didn't find a way through, and the puck is sent down. Conquer, one of 2 teams, by the way, if they were to get a power play chance of their own, one of 2 teams without a power play tally this season, along with Gordon, our 2 bottom teams so far. So interesting kind of how that situates itself. But we'll have another face-off here. So far, so good for Conquer Gaming on the PK. Again, they have possession off the draw, banked off the glass, and back into the Örebro defensive zone. Here's Bunka again in his season debut. Great movement and a big chance there, stifled by the defense. Darity with the puck. One-timer from the odd angle. Great look for Yakari there. We've seen him a couple of times this season. Does love that 1T. Monkeyhead was all over that. We are back to even strength. And Örebro still in on the attack. Darity sends that off the skates of Bunka, who's still fighting for it down low. Jansku and a good chance for Migo. Buna again blocked down. Pass in front is intercepted. Örebro doing a great job of these second chance opportunities. Monkeyhead with the blocker save. And Sin, we have another loop. And a pause coming up here. Interesting moments, Sin. We saw some examples of this yesterday. Unfortunately, you can't really hide and not call it what it is. So from the looks of it, it looks like Örebro will be back on the power play for the moment, unless there's a bit of sportsmanship and they allow the man to exit the box. But for us, it adds more time on the clock.
Yeah, which and today with the delayed start and everything, can't be too kind for the production team, which is essentially working overtime at this point. But yeah, it is kind of what it is. I was kind of hoping with the patch today that things like this would have been fixed. And yeah, indeed, they are going to wait the clock out, at least for the power play. I'm not too sure if they're going to try to clock it out to where it was. It looks like they will do that.
So, good call by them. We will, again, wait for the clock to wind down. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. We can't really put an overly positive spin on or try to act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, just kind of one of those things that disappoints you a little bit to see. So they are going to continue at 7:50. We did get confirmation that that's when the clock stopped. So
here we go.
Here we go.
The action back underway right where we left off. Nothing happened. It was just a real-life timeout. A real-time timeout. As 7:18 to go, there is an offside here. Still looking for our opening goal of the contest, despite a power play opportunity for Örebro early on. Off the face-off. Conquer in possession. Nowhere for Kihan to go. Captain Vira able to hold on to that one. Again, as we always point out, the golden helmet wearer for each team representing the leading scorer. That is Vira for his side. Good shot there. Second chance, and they score. The Medias with his 4th of the season. And how's that, Sim, for Conquer Gaming? Something that I don't know if they've done too often this season, getting the first goal of this match.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely huge for them. We talked about setting a tone. That's definitely a way to do that right there. I like the mentality. Just kind of whacked a slap shot on, and it was a rebound opportunity that they were able to capitalize on there. So, good start. The Medias putting them up 1-0.
Just the start, again, that Conquer Gaming needs. And, okay, we will redo that faceoff. The referee jumped it, Sin, that's all. It looks like they're just going to go forward with it. Oh, okay, they'll wait it out. They'll wait out the time once again. Fair enough. Fair play to these two. As it looks like we are ready to go and are back underway. 5 minutes to play here in the first period. That puck bouncing around, finds its way to Yakari. Jansku able to send it back to him. That pass off the mark. Conquer trying to get something going back down the other way. Kihan bumped off the puck. Örebro, failure to clear there, slammed that quick outlet off the legs of his teammate. Great job on the forecheck there by Kihan to win this one back for Conquer. Spin, pass in front, loose, and scores! Looked like there was contact, but it will be a goal. Vire has it, team leading score, and you can see why. Ever the opportunist.
Yeah, jumps in there, grabs that rebound. It will actually count as an unassisted marker. It must have... I'm not too sure why. It looked like it hit off the goal. He went directly to his stick, and I'm not too sure why it's unassisted, but he'll take the goal nonetheless right there. Vire up to his 8th on the year, 16 points. I mean, doing his part to help dig Conquer out of their hole, and Örebro a bit on the back foot right now, maybe a little bit stunned by how Conquer started this game off.
2-0 now, the scoreline in favor of Conquer. With Diaz and Vera, the goal scorers. And we've seen so many called off goals in the action this week. I thought for sure, like, oh, looked like contact with the goalie. It'd be waved off. Didn't happen. Final minute of the opening frame here. Is that pass intercepted? We'll see if Conquer can get something going on one more rush. They got to be careful here. And there's the interception. Good job by Yukis to take that one away. Kihan will be able to kill the clock. 2-0 for Conquer Gaming at the end of the first period. We'll get another look at that opening goal.
Yeah, and this one was, just simple play. Just shot off of that right pad, and surprisingly, it actually kicked back to the way you don't expect it to see. That's why you shoot for that right-hand side. You expect it to kind of bounce out in front of the goaltender, and that guy cutting across the net will be the recipient of the bounce. It didn't work out that way, and the man on the short side from the tough angle was able to put that one home. And 2 kind of rebound plays, which led to Conquer Gaming's tallies. And again, when you're struggling in a season, it's time to just get back to the basics. Time to simplify your game. Throwing pucks on net and going for rebounds is exactly the way to do that. You can see, oh, it actually did. Okay, I see. It was he actually did get a secondary opportunity, and then it was a secondary rebound as well. So fair play for Conquer there, just being hungry on the pucks, and I still can't. Yeah, I'm kind of still confused why that one is listed as unassisted, but again, I don't think Conquer will mind too much. They have a 2-goal lead after that first period.
Listed as unassisted and with no goalie interference. Interesting call, but Conquer will take what they can get. Second period underway now. We'll see how Örebro respond to this 2-0 deficit that they're currently facing. As Vire unable to pick that one up. And again, here is Bunka, season debut. Back with this particular club. Darity's shot broken up by Kihan. Good job there. Yukis able to move that puck up. Good. Quick movement. A bit too much movement, though, for Conquer.
Yeah, not a bad look, though. Trying for that break, and they must be feeling pretty confident here. Looks like their passes are getting a bit crisper. They're trying some nice kind of, fancier plays now with the 2-goal lead. I like that look on the break and a lot of kind of tic-tac passing, trying to keep Örebro on their toes. Unfortunately, just weren't able to hold the line.
Onka, the rebound, they score! Back to the basics, and they took the advice as well. Great job by Bunka to throw one on. And Örebro back to within 1 with the goal from Jansku.
Yep, Jansku now up to 11 goals on the season, and his team leading now 25 points. Continues to skyrocket here for his team. Again, Örebro taking a page out of that Conquer playbook, and a good time to do it. A quick response here cuts that deficit to just 1.
Great start to the second period, and they might not be done. Yakari just couldn't hold on to that one. Let's see what Conquer can get done in response, and Yalkin just a bit late to be able to keep that one on side. See what happens here with another face-off. Again, an interesting matchup so far. Gonna jump on the draw, but a successful win. Kihan's shot knocked back towards the point. Yalkin has that one poked away as well. Great job by Yakari there for Örebro. Again, the early goal in this period for Örebro to get back to within 1. That shot deflects and hit the side of the goal. Almost caught Monkey Head off guard. A little bit of traffic there at the blue line. Örebro back in possession and really putting the pressure on for the opening 6.5 minutes of this second period.
The response here has really been good, but trying to get that puck right in now is Conquer. Unable to hold it down low. It was a nice little burst of speed, and he's still fighting for it.
Trouble there. Risky pass, but it worked out for Jansku. Hand it off. Bunka, no way through. Conker trying to get something going. Interesting play to that far side. Good contact by Kihan, but layers in defense. Paying off Örebro to be able to maintain possession. At least regain possession there. Jansku's pass for Bunka. Yakari again. Can't get that pass into the slot. Conker a bit more defensively solid. We got a foot race for the puck and tremendous positioning from Terity to ensure that icing call.
Yeah, that's just really good job of skating right there, maintaining the body position so the person couldn't get around him right there, and they get an offensive zone faceoff because of it.
And off the draw again, it is Conker in possession. Kihan gets run over. He is down injured. We'll see how that might affect him. Of course, it could result in him being a little bit slower. So there was an offside call, and our third loop of the game seems to have added 2 minutes back to the clock. And Sin, yet again, they'll wait it out and wait for that time. It would have been interesting if there was an own goal there. They will wait for that time to get back to where it should have been.
Yeah, I don't really have any analysis about that. Yeah, we'll just wait for the game to get back going.
As it's gonna happen again. Back to 10:02 on the clock. They'll wait to bring it back to 8:06. And
it's seeming like it happens on every dump, and especially considering dump and chase is such a more vital part of NHL 22 now, especially in the Euro scene as well. We never really saw it before. This is incredibly disheartening and frustrating, I'm sure, for the players. Yeah.
Disheartening for all involved. As we continue on here, 7.5 minutes to go in the second period. An interesting dump there by Kihan using the pass instead of the actual outright dump and chase attempt. We might see more of that. Let's see them get creative. Sauce passes down the boards. It's a new feature where the mechanics change. It's kind of like the money puck. That shot on, stopped by Monkeyhead with 5:33 to play here in the second period.
Yeah, it's extreme sixes here, where you never know what's gonna happen if which button are you not allowed to use today.
So we will get the face-off. 8-5 the advantage for Conker so far, and Vire it's going to be able to win another one. Great patience there, wise move. Again, taking his time, tremendous amount of pressure being put into the attacking zone for Örebro. Vire able to drop that back for the Medias. Miscommunication. Still Conker in possession here. Medias not able to make his way past the blue line. Good interception there by Kihan. Consistent scrambles for the puck. A hit from behind there with no call. Chance for Jansku. That shot blocked. Still kept in the attacking zone for Örebro. Deflection off the post. So close yet so far with the man posted up in front. Bunka's first game of the season, nearly had his first goal.
It looks really good on that, and honestly, so do the whole team. Örebro really coming in waves right now and hemming in Conker.
Jackery will send it around the back for Bunka. Trying to fend off that pressure. Goes to Migo Buna, and a bit too much traffic in front for that shot to get through. Final 7 seconds. Conker. Smart play. Battle for the puck. The stick left Medias just couldn't get the inside positioning. And a penalty's called right at the end against Conker. So Örebro get back to within 1, and we'll start the third period on the power play.
Very interesting. I didn't quite catch it there. I'm not too sure if it was called maybe on the slashes they were fighting for the puck or what, but Migo Buna did a really great job. I was just going to, kind of give him props for that, for stopping what could have been a late chance right there. And fair play if, Örebro gets to go back onto that power play. That's absolutely huge for them. I'm a bit disappointed we didn't get a chance to look at it, and there won't be any in-game replay either. So we'll see what happens when this third period starts. And kind of, okay, they're going to show it. Sweet. So it looks like an interference. Maybe someone bumped just a bit earlier. In fact, they're actually going to show the goal here, but that's fine. We get a nice look at this one here as he crossed that line. A couple pokes missed. And that was just a really nice play of shooting that one low and getting that rebound. I mean, pretty simple hockey. We've seen a lot of both of these teams really going back to the basics here and going for rebounds, shots on net. We've seen people position for deflections, although they haven't really, gone through. It's been really kind of important for both of these teams to kind of simplify their games here. And I think that's definitely what you need to do when you are in a rut and you could get that confidence and start getting some goals under your belt and work your way back up the standings.
Indeed, again, the second power play of the game for Örebro. Again, back to within one. A chance. Loose puck stopped on the line. Great save by Monkeyhead to keep that one out.
Big save right there as Örebro got into that zone, wasted no time getting a chance on goal. Let's see if they could build off of that and get some zone time here on the power play.
Off that extra face-off. This one won by Örebro. Yakari's shot blocked down. Trouble for Yalkin, couldn't clear it out. Garrity back to Migo Buna. Again, D-to-D passes in front. Jukas was the first one to get to that, and they do clear the puck. Great job there by Kihan. See what Örebro can do, trying to get right back in the attacking zone. Space for Yakari, pass across, great save. Monkeyhead gets another one. As Bunker kept that puck in the attacking zone with his face and then just missed on the backhand. Bunker still has it. We're back to 5-on-5. Good poke check by Jukas. Still has it. Vire. Big stretch pass to Kihan. Just in stride. Poked back. Yalkin. What a play. What a shot. But off the legs of Vire. Pass in front. Kihan will dish back to the point. Good movement on that left-hand side. D-to-D. Just wide of the blocker's side post. Good shot from Yalkin. Promising stuff from Conquer in the attacking zone.
Yeah, definitely kind of good for them after killing that penalty off, getting some momentum back because it was Örebro for a while who was starting to push them back into their own zone. So that was really important for Conquer there to kind of, relieve some of that pressure, get some chances of their own. Örebro right back in on the attack though.
The puck down low, good forward checking pressure. Yakari stops. A shot from below the goal line. Keep this one in the attacking zone. Kihan has it. Down low, Medias tried to go back to him. Good pressure by the defense. Loose puck up for grabs. Kihan, Vire's there. Backhand doesn't go. Eli Kamel in the butterfly and able to keep that one out. We'll have another face-off here. And we shall see. There's another goal where it will be. How do you like that? Conquer take a 3-1 lead. Jukas with the shot off the face-off. Able to beat Eli Kamel and Conquer back up by 2.
And what a shot that was from the point. The D-to-D one-timer. Jukas goes for that blocker side there. Just the second goal of the season. But that one scored in pretty magnificent fashion and a great goal for him and his squad. That puts Conquer back up by 2 goals.
A huge moment there for them again as they are trying to escape the basement of this division. Points per game percentage not in their favor compared to Djurgården. That one all the way back to the neutral zone. It's been a great performance from Conquer so far. The best we've seen them on broadcast. Here we go. They have space down the other way. Kihan on that right-hand side. Couldn't get the pass across. Bit too predictable on that attempt, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yalkin trying to keep it in.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, the way his handedness was, had to kick back on the backhand to make the pass, and it just got poked off. It was great back check from, I think that was Terady.
Space again. Vera able to get it to Medias. Elects not to shoot. D-to-D one-timer. Finds its way through, but Eli Kamel is able to make the save.
Plays it out as well, wanting to keep this clock moving. At least that's my what I'm thinking that he was doing, and not that the Örebro has really kind of chalked this game up. I would be surprised if they had still 7 minutes remaining in this third period, and good on both these teams trying to being able to keep their mentality sharp after some of the glitch issues happening.
We'll go with disruptions.
Yeah.
Here's a chance. Good blocker stop by Eli Kamel. That's a game saver. 3-goal deficit at this point. It's game, set, and match. Medias trying to hold it along the half wall. Great pressure from Örebro, but again, held in. That puck goes all the way back down. Precious time ticking off the clock here. And really, as you saw, Yakari trying to step in and really keep that pressure up. Stretch pass! Kihan on the breakaway! Scores! The defense lost sight of him. Kihan all alone. Scores on the breakaway, 4-1 for Conquer.
I was just going to say, what a lapse right there in defense for Örebro. He was seemingly like kind of hiding over there by the benches there. It looked like he just came off from a line change and was on the ice all alone. The pass gets up to him.
We'll have to interrupt you. You're going a tad bit robotic on us because everything's going right today from a technical standpoint. But I'll interrupt you there, give you a chance to maybe reset some stuff. Although, hey, if those in the chat are a big fan of RoboSin, next time I won't interrupt and we'll just let him go. It's perfectly fine by me. I'm certainly entertained by it. Sim, with 3 minutes to go, if you're ready, we'll let you step in here whenever you are to test that back out. It will take him a second here, so let's continue onward. Jansku now for Örebro, a surprising result coming up as Yakari is tripped. 2 minutes to go, Örebro to the power play. They might not be done. We are going to get a pause here, and I imagine a look at the trip. Not really much of an arguable point, I would say. As Sinner, you're back with us here.
I am indeed, and hopefully not a robot anymore. And I completely missed the trip, but we do get another look at that breakaway goal. And again, I'm just so surprised that he was behind the defense like that, and the pass got to him pretty cleanly as well. Just a beautiful job for Conquer to kind of capitalize on. Örebro, I guess, kind of caught napping there. No real nice way to put it.
Again, the power play. Conquer takes their third of the game. And obviously that has us a little bit concerned.
Holding our breath.
We will continue onward here. It has been a bit of a grind, a longer game than usual. That shot by Bunka denied. Good stop by Monkeyhead, and the puck is cleared out. I mean, since through all the disruptions, it has led towards Conquer's most complete performance that we've seen on broadcast this season. Let's see what Tarity can do. Great blocker save again by Monkeyhead. Kihan able to clear that one out. I mean, case in point like that, for the most part, they've been very efficient.
Yeah, and it's Conquer doesn't have the look of a penalty kill, which has been, kind of struggling so far this season with that 80%. And we talked about Örebro's at 30%. They haven't just really been able to hold the zone.
That one blocked and again cleared out. Game time and power play time just about equal. And again, right back out. Frustrating times. Look at Kihan. Why not jump up? I mean, 25 seconds to go. You're not going to give up 3 goals. Why not go for the shorthanded? That's Tarity with a bomb from the point. Great shot from the captain. And it's a power play tally for Örebro late in the third.
Yeah, and that last goal that Kihan scored is now really looking bad. There's only 23 seconds left for Örebro, and now they need 2 goals just to be able to even this game up. And a bit tough for them and a bit tough for Chat, who did predict that Örebro would win by 96% to 4. So Conquer Gaming, they are the 4%.
Breakaway there. He tries the slap shot. Love it from Kihan. With 13 seconds to go. Bunka's pass disrupted. Conquer playing with fire a little bit here stats-wise. I mean, again, it's one of those things where you like the slap shot attempt. It's a legitimate attempt, but goal differential could be a factor towards the end of the year. Regardless, it is a 4-2 victory for Conquer Gaming here in this first matchup against Örebro. A huge result for them.
Just absolutely massive. We talked about how important points were for both of these teams, and Conquer, that just helps them dig themselves out of the hole a little bit more and really kind of sets the stage for their next matchup, which, as we mentioned, will be against Djurgården. And that's going to be, huge if Conquer are really able to take some games off of them. That'll maybe even kind of solidify themselves outside of that guaranteed relegation position. On the flip side, Örebro in this matchup here, we talked about it, like there's no easy points, but there's more favorable matchups anyone could argue. In fact, chat, the 96% prediction that Örebro would win, to see them, drop that first game in regulation as they did. Those are important points going by the wayside when you're trying to work yourselves into a playoff position. That now puts them just below the 500 mark on the season.
You mentioned that matchup with Djurgården. Again, Conquer takes on Djurgården this Monday. Conquer right now 3 points ahead of Djurgården, but Djurgården with 3 games at hand. So the math there is very interesting with those two teams. A club like Northern Ascendancy, who again we'll see in action here in a little bit against YMCA, they are certainly not safe either. As interesting as the battle is for our top seeds, as interesting as the battles happen to be for our lower playoff spots, the battle towards the bottom there as well for who could be in the drop zone is very interesting and honestly terrifying if you're one of those teams that are currently in danger. As you get a look at the standings again after that game, Conquer on 17 games played with 11 points. So it does put the pressure on Northern Ascendancy in their matchup a little bit later on, again with YMCA Esports, who find themselves in 12th. And honestly, kind of on the bubble. You don't really know where they're going to be by the end of today's action. A constantly evolving situation here. Again, a 4-2 victory for Conquer Gaming over Örebro. In our first game, we will throw it to a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you to set the stage for our second game.
Loistava vapauttava syöttö ja sen jälkeen ollaan karkumatkalla. Minkälaisia ratkaisuja tulee? Tämän kaverin nimittäin on ollut todella kylmän viileä näissä paikoissa. Kilven räpylän puolelle kummalle tulee liikkuvat taakse kiekkomaali! Ja Wilhelm jälleen kerran nakkikioskille. Smokey Bites ja Snacks ovat tuoneet hienosti lisää leveyttä Wilhelm joukkueeseen.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
All right, everybody, we are back again. A big thank you for being here with us. Sin joins me here, of course, as we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sin here, joined by Tugi. Why not? That's where I was going with that. It's been an interesting broadcast, and it's been an interesting week in terms of we're going to go with general game performance, but of course we're going to do the best we can to get through that. Again, a friendly reminder, of course, to everybody here. Sin and I are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and of course our Pro Division coverage on Tuesday. Busy time here at Sports Gamer, of course, during the ECL season. Of course, our winter season currently underway. And again, our first game of the day between Örebro and Conquer. Örebro, as you mentioned, at least in terms of the chat prediction, 96% of people siding with Örebro. That did not happen. Conquer did win 4-2 for their 4th win of the season, and a very important result for them at this stage because, again, as we have talked about, the battle towards that relegation zone, especially the outright relegated spot in the bottom of this tier at 16th position, it's a scary spot to be in for both of these teams, and Conquer gets a very, very vital 2 points for their season.
Yeah, and for Conquer, I'd say their playoff dreams are out the window, especially with their upcoming schedule, unless they pull off some kind of crazy miracle, which crazier things have happened, of course, but if you're Örebro right there, that's got to feel bad. Those are really, really important points that just went by the wayside there, and they're gonna have to really kind of scratch and claw to get them to get these next 2 points. Because I liked what Conquer did in that. I don't think either team really had an advantage. That was a good game, and Conquer capitalized on some mistakes that Örebro made. They kept it simple in the beginning, going for those rebound goals. It was just really solid kind of effort from Conquer Gaming to get that W.
Absolutely. I mean, heading into the season, it's one of those things I love to do as we move on. And again, make sure to check us out on the YouTube side of things. We had our season preview show where the captains anonymously gave their opinion on where each team would finish. And Conquer finished in 12th in terms of their projection, but they were one of the interesting teams where their highest placement was 8th. Their lowest placement was 16th. It seemed like the captains didn't even really know what to make of this Conquer lineup, and it's tough because there's only one person in this lineup as in terms of skaters that's not a rookie, and that's Captain Vire. Monkeyhead was the only other guy with the lead experience. The rest of this lineup is made up of rookies, and that's a tall task, all things considered, when you talk about just how much experience there is in the Elite Division amongst these teams. So they're in an interesting spot here. Again, they're not doomed. You see them there in their road whites taking on Örebro. Another valuable couple of points here up for grabs for both of these teams.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, huge. We mentioned the matchup here, and just what's on stake for, or what's on the line for both of these teams here. And yeah, it's for Conquer, you know, with all those rookies, this is why it's so important for them to stay out of that relegation position, or, you know, not have to fight their way, you know, back in, because you want to compound that experience for those rookies that they're gaining from this season, because ECL Elite's a hard lead to jump into.
Absolutely. There's a good chance there, and already a delayed call. Interesting moments.
Surprised that wasn't a penalty shot.
Is it a penalty shot? It is, yeah, based off of the trip, you're right.
No, I said I'm surprised it wasn't. It's only getting 2 minutes.
Not. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I thought for sure that would be a penalty shot, but just the 2 minutes there.
I thought it was realistic, where I'm like, oh, I just miscalled it because of the trip animation. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a penalty shot. You're right. Örebro back to the power play. So I believe they were 1 for 2, if not 1 for 3, in that first contest. And what a save by Monkeyhead. He was facing the wrong direction just about, but still was able to glove that one down.
Pretty good job from him, and Örebro definitely going to look to have a better power play than they did in that previous game. They weren't really able to establish themselves or gain any momentum from their time.
And again, Conquer, the key to that last game was a very hot start. Early goals scored. Playing with fire here, though, going to the PK so quickly into this game. Jackery not able to time it well at the line. And again, for Örebro at this point, I mean, not a bad team in terms of power play percentage entering the day. They actually entered today, I do believe, with the highest power play percentage in the league, if not one of the highest. I'm not sure if we have the fully updated numbers there at this point, but interesting from them. Still going to work here with 20 seconds remaining, as Bunka trying to hold on to that one. Has to circle back. Jackery, Terity scores! For the second time in as many power plays, Terity with the shot. Might have actually been 5-on-5 right at the end, but still Terity picking up where he left off at the end of game 1.
That was really huge. That's who they wanted to get that pass through. I like the little give and go, then the circle around the net from, I think that was Jackery, to get that up to Terity. Now, it didn't get through cleanly, but the puck still went through right there. It wasn't a clean intercept, and it wasn't a clean save from Monkeyhead. Hits off him and goes through. So kind of a few bounces right there in the favor of Örebro, and they get that goal.
Indeed, it looks like it is going to be an even strength goal. Didn't see any evidence of him not yet being out of the box, so I think we're good. As here is Jansku. Can't get that shot off clean. Much better start for Örebro in this second game. Again, today's action kind of highlighted by those teams that find themselves on the outside looking in playoff-wise, but still have oh so much to play for here in the Elite Division. I mean, there's always something to play for here in the Elite Division, whether or not it's the playoffs, trying to, you know, gain that security for next season, our spring season, or, of course, you might end up in a relegation battle or outright relegated. I mean, there's always so much to play for.
Exactly. I mean, and same with this, you know, the new format where both seasons are kind of interconnected. Getting sent down to, you know, the Pro Division is all the more kind of detrimental now.
Absolutely. Here's Kihan. Had a goal in that last game. So did Vire. Actually, all three forwards for Conquer had a goal. Vire really chipping away at that one. Jackery able to take it away for Örebro. Jansku right back to him, but again, a bit too much traffic to try to weave his way through. Huge step-up hit there. You got bodies everywhere. And another big hit. 2 players down still for Conquer. Can Örebro take advantage? Just a symphony of violence. Here early in the first period, Örebro really stepping up the aggression. Vire able to find Yalkin, trying to hold on to that one. The defender pinching in. Outworked by Migo Buna. Trouble there for Yukis, and Conquer will be forced to reset. Lovely whiteout jerseys as that one bouncing around. Chance for Medias. Tried the short side. Fended off well by the defense. Darity with the puck. Sends it up the boards. Jansku not able to find Yakari. Yalkin was there to take it away, but Yakari fights to get it back. Jansku, it's going to just trickle out of the zone. Darity, smart heads-up play. Sends that one right back in. Good chop down low. And as we have discovered, you're not allowed to dump the puck, nor are you allowed to chop. Unfortunately, as the two teams will wait for the clock to wind back down to where it was supposed to be. Sin, again, it's the new feature of World of Chell right now, where, every game something's not going to work, and we're not going to tell you what it is, so you better be on your toes.
Yeah, it's keeping us on their toes as well. And so we're waiting till 6:11, as unfortunately that's how far we got into that first period before obviously the sync desync happened, and it's just highly unfortunate. I can't imagine trying to I don't know. It's hard to kind of say. I can't imagine trying to being able to keep myself in that competitive headspace like these guys are able to do right now. This is just, definitely sort of frustrating.
Absolutely. So again, it's again, one of those things that we can do our best to talk about. We try not to emphasize the negative too much, but at the end of the day, we have now seen this looping issue caused off of a dump and chase, and we have also seen it caused on a puck chop. So we'll see what happens there, but we are less than a minute away.
Very important features of this game.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least now, since it's even, we take away, a good tool for the offense. Now we take away a good tool for the defense. It's okay. We're all even.
Perfect.
Game on.
As all things should be.
Straight out of Wayne's World. Put the nets back in the street. Game on. As we have 5 minutes to go here in the opening period. Again, the second game of two between Conquer Gaming and Örebro. For the moment, I will say, still projected YMCA Esports and Northern Ascendancy coming up in a little bit. It's a close call there for Conquer Gaming. Here's Tarity, finds Bunka. Again, just his second game of the season, his first series. Brought on as a depth addition this season. That outlet pass finds its way to Migo Buna. Yakari back to him, and he scores! Then I was just about to point out his experience at forward as well. I think you could see it with the finishing. Migo Buna gets the goal.
Absolutely jumps in that play, well timed right there, and creates that spacing. It was kind of a mini 2-on-1, as you saw. It was Yakari who was able to feed that puck back over to him. He was streaking in there with speed, and he puts that shot on, extends that lead 2-0 now for Örebro.
Migo Buna's first of the year. Good work there, and a shot off the blocker of Monkeyhead. Much better start. Of course, it was a 2-0 lead for Conquer in the first game, and nearly a 3-0 lead for Örebro in the second. Another face-off coming up, 1:42 on the clock. And an opportunity for Örebro to maybe put this game out of reach. Here's Tarity again. Both their goals from defensemen. Migo Buna for Yakari. Couldn't get that shot off. 1 minute to go now. Ihan tried to hit Yalkin, who pokes it over to the far side of the ice. Yukis will give chase, and he comes up with it. Shot. Blocked down by the traffic. Yukis able to bump that one. Yalkin a good poke check to get ahead of it. Ihan has a little bit of space if they can hit him. 1 second to go, and a save by Eli Kamel at the buzzer.
Yeah, Conquer trying that one more time, sneaking Kihan up the ice. Unfortunately for them, not quite enough time on the clock for him to do what he did in that previous game. And as it started out in the last game on one side, Conquer Gaming up 2-0. Now this time it's Örebro with that 2-0 lead, and they take that into the dressing room here, which is big for them. Again, these points are absolutely massive. Conquer guaranteed the split with that win in the first game, but as you can see there, from the numbers, I think there's about 2 minutes time in attack for Örebro to about 30 seconds for Conquer, who just have that one registered shot. Definitely not the start that they were looking for, but we get another look at that. Migo Buna the whole time, just very smart, just kept up the net drive, and he was able to sneak that through. I'm not too sure if that went 5-hole or kind of hit off the pad and went over. Either way, it works out, and there's that first goal that they had, as that one actually went under the leg as well, the shot from Teradi, and that was a nice little two-man cycle between Yakari and I think it was Janska down low. The kick back up to Teradi for that shot was just very, very sort of masterful right there, and the fact that it got through after a couple bounces was exactly what Örebro needed to get that game started on the right foot.
Second period underway here. Again, the action brought to you by our friends at Wilhelm, Koval Lakunsi, and ST Hockey. Thank them for sponsoring the ECL this season. Örebro up 2-0 after dropping that first game 4-2. Again, very valuable points picked up by Conquer, and not to say they weren't valuable for Örebro as well. Good heads-up play by Teradi, finding Bunka. Good evasion. Teradi able to recover it now. Looks to go low, Yakari. Pass back to Jansku, doesn't go. Yakari again has it down low. Takes the hit. It's Conquer coming up with it. Kihan will muscle his way past. Medias with nowhere to go either. Defense on point for the first 5 minutes for both of these two teams. This one sent all the way down. And what a save by Monkey Head off of the bounce. Jansku nearly blasted that one home.
God, a precarious bounce right there. That was extremely dangerous for Conquer, and Jansku just took a huge blast at it. What a reaction there from Monkey Head just to kind of stay in position and make that save.
Bunka not able to withstand the pressure. Yakari offside. 12:57 to go here in the second period. As Sim, we said this week has been anything but predictable. That's proving to still be the case as we continue on here. Unpredictable bounces and so much more. Kihan down that right-hand side. That shot may have found a way through. Doesn't end up where Conquer would have wanted it to be regardless. As we have another offside call here against Örebro. Of course, the face-off matchup as well. An interesting start. Jansku jumped the draw a couple of times. He's up 8-2 in this game, though, after a much closer performance through that first game. Hopefully where a lot of the momentum is coming from Örebro. Good step up there by Teradi. Great job by the forwards to get back and cover for their captain. Jansku, though, runs into a bit of trouble. Vire to the point. Shot, and again blocked down by the traffic. Diaz goes all the way back to Yukis. Yukis, short side, scores! What a play by the defenseman. Conquer Gaming on the board.
Wow, Yukis just tripled his goal total in these two games. He's up to 3 now on the season. What an effort right there. I loved his effort to break that puck into the zone himself and then staying in that play, working it around and just driving the net and just shoving that one home through the 5-hole there. Just kind of a jam play by his lonesome and cuts that lead to 1.
That shot didn't get through either. Good looks from Conquer here, though, keeping it in the attacking zone. Puck behind the goal line, recovered by Migo Buna. All 3 goals in this game by defensemen so far. Ihan short side, bounces off the top of the net. Back to the point, Yalkin, Yukis into the slot, knocked away. Best bout of sustained pressure for Conquer in this game so far, as an interesting shot there from Yukis. Don't know if that was intended, but regardless, not the play that needed to be made at the time. And Conquer trying to get some momentum going here again. Jansku, that puck all the way through the slot. Ihan for Vire. Diaz the windmill and tried to find Yukis, just mistimed.
Yeah, unfortunate. That was Kihan, I think, with the step offsides. Both him and Yukis were streaking towards the middle. Not a bad play to kick it out wide to Yukis, then hopefully find Kihan streaking towards the net. Just weren't able to connect.
That shot. Again, not able to find its intended target. We have 4 minutes to go here. Chance doesn't go. Yes, it does, but it's being waved off. I don't know what Medias was going for there. Goodness, we get another look at the play. The fake shot. You think maybe the pullback.
Yeah, maybe he was trying for that. I'm not too sure either. Perhaps he was just gripping the controller a little too tight. Nonetheless, that will be called back and will not count. So Conquer will still need to find that equalizer here, but Örebro needs to sort of mitigate some of this attack coming out. Conquer just doesn't give up.
Chance here for Örebro. Great job by the defense to get back and take away that opportunity to the point. Save by Monkeyhead. 2.5 to go in the second period. Very entertaining game between these two. That one sent all the way around. Yalkin will keep it in. Slap shot. Good save by Ellie Kamel. That one may have been slightly redirected as it approached its target, Terity. And 2 goals in the action today. Another offside call here late in the second.
And you're seeing teams try to improvise as much as they can to get those dump and chase offs. You rarely see kind of slap shot dumps from just over the red line, but we're seeing a bit of that today. And just to kind of mitigate what's been happening here, but still utilize the dump and chase, which again is very, very important here in NHL 22.
Chance. Kihan went to the backhand, had it taken away as Yakari will kill the time. So, Sin, we have the exact same situation as last game. It was Conquer Gaming up 2-0 after the first, 2-1 lead heading into the third. The roles are reversed this time.
Yeah, but the chat's still saying the same thing. They're still going for Örebro now with 94-6 percentage. Not a whole lot of love for Conquer out there, but they did show that they're were definitely worthy of that win in the first one. We'll see if they can mount the comeback here in this third period, at least even this game up. Otherwise, keep giving Örebro a run for their money here. But this is a great response game for Örebro. Their time and attack is better. They're getting some more registered shots. They're, just really able to establish themselves a bit more, especially on that power play too. The first game was really lackluster on the man advantage, and they kind of righted a lot of those mistakes that they were making, and were able to really get themselves established. So overall, a much better game for Örebro, but they need this last period. The Conquer had a lot of pushback there later on in that second period. If they're able to carry that on into the third, I could really easily see them getting that equalizer.
Here we go. Third period just about ready to begin. And again, huge points up for grabs here for both of these teams. Conquer walking away with 2 points, which is solid for them, but obviously an extra point or two would certainly help. Here's Bunka, though, generating speed for Örebro. Pass across, and the backhand shovel attempt from Yakari. Just couldn't get a piece of it. They send that one down. Terity, again, just couldn't get the angle. Kihan back to the point, gets it down low in the corner. Throws it all the way back to the point. Yalkin to Yukis, bouncing around. Migo Buna has it. It finds its way to Bunka. Örebro trying to get things going down the other way. Here's Yakari. Back to Jansku. He's down in the corner, and a big save by Monkeyhead.
That was a massive collision on Yakari in the corner there, and he was down for quite a bit. Just a huge hit, but they do get a pretty good chance on it, so good on him taking the hit to make the play. The shot from the point was swallowed up by Monkeyhead.
That shot, again, can't find the way through the traffic. Here's Kihan again, head of steam, pass back, good chance on the short side. Ellie Kamel forced to squeeze the pads together to keep that one from trickling in. That was a nice little shot from Adias there.
Definitely was, and Conquer keeping up that kind of shooter's mentality here. They go with the aggressive set, so they must have something in mind for this face-off.
Off the draw, though, Örebro able to come up with it, but they do turn it over. Slap shot from an odd angle, why not? Adias willing to try some different looks there. Yukis, good job stepping in to take that one away. Draws the trip as well. Conquer Gaming going to the power play.
Big opportunity for them here, and we have no power play info on them, so I'm assuming they don't have a power play goal in the season.
I don't remember if they scored one in the prior game. I don't think they did, so I still think they're looking for their first power play tally of the game. Or of the season, I should say. Certainly of the game. Örebro able to quickly dump that one out. Yukis will look to reset. Sin mentioned he's been a hot hand today. Great poke check, though, by Bunka. Just like that, 30 seconds gone for Conquer. They do time it well at the line. Good hit there by Vire to try to keep it alive. This one held in by Yalkin. D to D. Yuka stepping in. Tried again to go to the short side. Just missed. The Medias for Vire. Pass across to Kihan. He'll recover. Yalkin. Good D to D movement here. That shot glove save. Flash of the leather by Eli Kamel. Great power play work for Conquer, but the big save is made.
Yeah, that was really nice puck movement. Very fluid, very sound right there from Conquer. Not really rushing anything, and it was a good shot. The shot that they wanted, but Eli Kamel flashed that leather and gloved it down.
Conquer fails to clear. Örebro in a little bit of trouble here. Terity as well doesn't clear. Space shot, big save. Eli Kamel again off the one-timer from the Medias. We are back to 5-on-5. Great pressure here by Conquer trying to tie this one up. Medias again tried to go down low, just had it in his mind. That's where he was going with it. Despite the pressure. This puck down low. We are halfway through the third period. Great heads-up play to send it out. That pass, though, off the mark. Here's Vire, and just couldn't get it to the left defender. Conquer maybe overthinking things a little bit, not getting enough shots on target, in my opinion at least, after some of these great passing plays that are opening up a little bit of space.
Yeah, I think that what they want to do is have Vire a little bit wider right there. That's why the initial pass didn't connect, and then, of course, as he's trying to work it back to the point, his aim just off, and it clears the zone, though. So, yeah, a couple self-inflicted wounds here. You can sort of feel the desperation coming out from Conquer.
And on the breakaway, he scores! And we'll get a pause here and maybe a look at this. Sin, regardless, Örebro have a 3-1 lead. Watch this play.
Absolute beauty. The saucer pass. Oh, I can see what they're looking at right there. Was pretty well positioned by the defender to maybe get a piece of that. And that being said, oh no, the poke made contact. Oh, it was. That's what happened. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Powerful
there.
Poke check.
Yeah. It looked like a shot the way it went into the net from the initial overhead view, but does count as an own goal there, and very unfortunate for Conquer.
It looked like it was going in regardless on the backhand there for Bunka. And indeed, I do believe he was the one to get the tally, and indeed he is. So EA Bunka, in just his second game of the season, has his first of the year. It is now 3-1 for Örebro, and this game has seemingly been played just with the roles reversed. I recall that third period. It seemed like, Örebro was getting the better of the play. Conquer scores, pretty much game over.
Yeah, and, that's just kind of how it falls sometimes. And, Conquer, again, it's a good effort by them. They won that first game here. They played pretty well here in the second. There's still time left. I mean, they're far from out of it, but they're going to need to strike quickly.
Chance there. Again, poked away. Big stretch pass, a little bit off the mark. With 5 minutes to go. Here in the third, Örebro now up by 2. Bunka looking to chase that one down. It does get called icing. Tough call.
Definitely a tough call right there, but a good opportunity for Conquer here on the offensive zone draw. They're going to have to whip everything out of their back pocket now and try to find a goal.
Örebro in possession. Conquer running out of time. 2 points apiece isn't the worst situation for these teams, but certainly one big save there by Eli Kamel off that slap shot from distance. One, would certainly be looking to walk away with more than 2 points in this particular matchup. Both of these teams, again, we had looked at the schedule, have tough matchups ahead down the backstretch of the season.
That's just another unfortunate occurrence there for Conquer, as Kihan was looking to cross the line, had to kind of tuck that puck back a little bit, which put off, I think, Medias, probably even Vire as well, offside.
2.5 minutes to go. Here's Kihan with a little bit of space to work with. Finds Vire, pass in front and taken away by Migo Buna. Perhaps, again, just too many extra passes from Conquer. Which is interesting. You almost see people try to overpass when they're struggling to score. Conquer haven't necessarily struggled to score. I mean, they have 5 goals against Eli Kamel, but regardless, here, final minute, Kihan between the legs. Again, broken up by the defense. Vire down low. That pass again, just off the mark. Looks like it went under the stick of its intended target. Jansku takes it away. Has pressure with him. Does well to hold. Drops it down low for Bunka, who gets absolutely steamrolled. Choo-choo. Scramble for the puck. And a penalty called. Conquer will go to the power play with 21 seconds to play. Looks like Monkeyhead's going to join in on the fun.
Yeah, and they need set play off the draw right here. And yeah, they need to score off of it as well to even have a prayer of being able to tie this one. Net empty, power play, big opportunity.
What happens here off the draw? It's Bunka who wins it. The winger steps in. That will pretty much kill the hopes for Conquer. Again, goal differential could be a difference at some point. Drop back for Keehan. That one bounces off the back glass. Vire shot saved by Eli Kamel. He'll play it out to try and kill the clock. And he'll do just that. Örebro walk away with a 3-1 victory. Both teams, Sin, having to settle for 2 points tonight.
Yep, and, both teams did play well. I kind of like the games for both of them for a lot of different reasons there, and I think we're seeing, just how close these teams are matched, despite, there being 5 slots separating them in the standings here. Conquer kind of shocking everyone, taking that first one off of Örebro, but Örebro are able to work their way back into that 500 spot, but they don't really make up any ground. This was sort of a lateral move for them on a day where, you would probably hear from them say, they needed at least 3 out of the 4 points here, if not the full 4. So bit of unfinished business for them, but good on Conquer, trying to, work their way up, at least keep themselves, in a better position to work their way out of that, out of a relegation spot.
And a 3-1 result for Örebro. 2 points for these two teams here. Credit to them for sticking with it and what proved to be, from a technical standpoint, a rather difficult matchup to complete. Again, Sin, for both of these teams, though, still in an interesting scenario moving forward, as we'll get a look at some of the replays here from some of the goals. Again, the first 3 goals in this game scored by defensemen as well. As we'll get a look at the opening goal here from Tarity. A real lucky break, if not a little bit of assistance from the opposition. That one. It's like somehow wedged his way through. I mean, that kind of sums it up for Conquer. I mean, somehow, some way for Monkeyhead, that one finds a way through.
Yeah, we saw a lot of goals kind of like that, like hitting off a pad and going in. I think this one this one was one of the ones that I think maybe went through a bit more. No, yeah, see, it hit off the pad and goes under it. And then there was another goal that did that. And then the pass that just got through us, they hit off 2 sticks that went for a goal. And that was for, I think, Örebro on that power play. Yeah. So just kind of very interesting there. A lot of kind of close calls there, as you're seeing right here. Again, off the goaltender and in. Collision with the goaltender, too. And no call. We did see something.
The skates as well of the defender. Yeah. Örebro trying to get another look at this one. Or, excuse me, it is Conquer in control of the replay. I mean, I don't see how there was space for that one to go through either. I mean, it all kind of comes out in the wash, I guess. But here is that play that you were talking about. It was Vire. And I mean, like, I can understand the argument of him not intercepting it because he wasn't looking at the puck. But at the same time, it seems like his guy went out of his way to not get the puck.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate there, and just kind of how things work sometimes in the video game side of things, as we saw. Definitely today, no game is perfect. But other than that, I mean, and also, no team in the ECL anymore is perfect. Shout out to our yesterday's matchup when Frölunda took 2 games off of H-Reds there, and that was a terrific matchup today. That was a terrific matchup as well. 2 teams right now on the outside looking in, one trying to work out of a relegation spot, one trying to work in to the playoffs here. And they split the series, so I would kind of argue neither team really gaining the ground that they wanted here, and that just kind of shows you sometimes what a bloodbath the ECL Elite can be.
Absolutely. So with that, everybody, again, our first 2 games of the day are in the books. We will be back after a brief intermission, and we will be back with YMCA Esports and Northern Ascendancy, their 2 games. So stick with us. We'll be right back.